podcast, THD Network. Welcome to another THD interview. I'm Andy, I'm here with Danny as usual.
It's your boy Daniel G. Hope.
And we got a real special guest today. We got our boy Ham The Aviator.
Yo, what's good?
Hailing from the
So,
San Fernando Valley. What city you at, my boy?
You know, I'm from Northridge, California. Northridge, what up with it?
Yo, alright, so I personally ran into Ham The Aviator not that long ago, honestly, like about a week ago.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
It was about a week ago. Through Instagram, I saw like, yo, who's this guy? Like, I saw the 818 video. Actually, you know what, bro? I heard your song before I saw your Instagram.
Yeah, I was lucky about to ask, like, how did you hear about
bro,
me?
I think I found your song on YouTube, bro, and then I was like, wait a minute, you know, like anytime I see anything like affiliated with 818 with the Valley, I gotta check it out off the strength. You feel me?
Word.
So I go and peep it,
but
and then I go and peep it, and then I see the Valley, and I see not the cliche parts of the Valley that I usually always see in like any music video from the Valley. You know, I didn't see like that bridge at Target or like anything like that. Like those are parts I usually see. So that got me thinking that you're already like on a whole different thing than like anything I've seen before. And then the way you incorporated the scenery in the video to the actual track of you shouting out all the cities and all that, I was like, all right, this guy is like that execution, I guess. You feel me? I was like, yeah, this song is dope, but I can already tell this guy has a master plan going on right here. And that more than anything was what like got me to invest myself in you a bit more. You feel me? So then that's when I think I was I'm kind of obsessive about Panorama, so I'm always like peeping anything that we gotta do Panorama on Instagram as well. So then that's how I stumbled across your page, and then when I saw your page, that was vindication in my mind for like, okay, yeah, this guy definitely has like his operation going right here. You feel me? He's not like fucking around.
Yeah.
So then that's when I was like, all right, I'm definitely gotta play 818. I mean, off the strength, I gotta play that track on the podcast. Like, I'd be fucking ridiculously stupid if I didn't. You feel me? That's like the anthem right there for the whole Valley. So off the strength, I had to play that. But then when I saw the whole operation you got going on, I knew I had to get you. I had to try my best to get you in here for an interview, bro. Real talk, for the first like in-person interview. We had a previously one on the phone, and that one was great. But I knew this was some real Valley shit and some real 818 shit. So I knew this shit was important. So
Appreciate
like again,
you,
bro, infinitely grateful
you.
To have you here, bro.
Nah, I appreciate y'all for real, like what y'all doing here, man.
Real talk. Yeah, man. So let's get into it, bro. How long ago did you start rapping?
Shit, like taking it serious, like probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Big serious. Basically, like my boys have been doing it since high school. Like we were making songs in high school, but like I was like fucking around, you know. Like I was just, you know, bullshitting. I was just whatever.
What was your rapping back then?
It's been. You know what? It was started off with 5150.
5150.
And then it changed up to like Ham The Aviator when I was probably like 17. And I was like, oh, I go Ham The Aviator when I, you know, do a freestyle or some shit like that.
How'd you get Ham The Aviator?
The movie, The Aviator, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, and like they were talking about Howard Hughes, and he's basically he was just a mogul, you know, of his time of like the 20s and 30s. He's a big reason why a lot of the movie, movie production happened in Hollywood and in LA.
Right.
Instrumental in that. He also like built huge planes, and just the way he was able to just kind of do a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, he was able to take his life to the skies. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it just stuck with me. So the movie was called The Aviator, and I was like, okay. Like I know Tyler the Creator was doing his thing, so I was like, I kind of want a name like that. I was just like, okay, Ham The Aviator. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. And since I was 17, that's what I rock with.
That's a pretty.
Speaking of the name, bro, real quick, let me get you on this. What advice would you give to young kids coming up with the rap name or coming up with the name? Like, I don't know if you caught me on Instagram, bro, but Daniel Hope, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of try to like base it around my movement, what I'm trying to do, you know, who I am. Like, what kind of advice would you give somebody trying to come up with the name, like creatively? You know what I mean? What would you say?
Okay. I mean, I feel like you got to do whatever is in your like your heart and your mind when it comes to the name. It's just something that naturally should happen. You know, if you're like forcing a name, it's like it usually just like should just be something everyone calls you anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone called me Ham. You know, like it was just natural for me just to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Just don't make it another little, because we got too many littles right now. You know, save that shit for the next generation.
Way too many littles, bro. Guarantee.
We got too many, but nah, if it is what it is, you know, if you 5'2", they call you Lil, you know, hey, do your thing, but it should just mean something to you.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so back to the track, bro. The 818 track that I talk so much about. You say whole 8 on a wave, bro.
Valley on a wave,
Yeah.
whole city going cray.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was the fly shit I've heard too about the Valley. Like I was like, all right, for sure.
Appreciate you, man.
giving us that lingo finally down. But yeah, bro, what would you define this wave as? Like, is it like a cultural shift you're seeing, or you're trying to make? You know, like, what do you define the wave?
I mean, basically, Valley on a wave is just exactly what it is. Like, right now, all the 90s babies are finally adults and are finally, you know, old enough body to make moves and express how they feel and express, you know, how they were taught growing up. Mm-hmm. And to express new ideas as well, you know. Now that we're all in our 20s, we're able to be forward thinking and progressive. And really, it's just the perfect time is what it is. It's like everybody's energy's out now. There's like, you know, 3 generations of high schoolers, essentially from 1990 to 1999, mm-hmm. 3 different generations. All of these kids are out now, linking up with each other, really, you know, doing things, making moves, and realizing the time. And so it's a beautiful time right now for the San Fernando Valley, not just for music. I mean, check you guys out. You know, you guys are doing podcasts. You got people doing dances. One of my homegirls, her video blew up on Instagram, went viral. Nice. She was killing it in her dance routine. Another one of my boys, he went viral. There's people, you know, doing crazy things in the Valley right now. So it's a beautiful time, you know. We got everything. We got athletes, we got dancers, we got musicians, painters, poets. Yeah. You know what I mean? Actors.
Like, yeah. Would you say like we're pretty much primed up to blow up in a sense, right?
No, it's gonna pop off, right? Soon. It's gonna
like
pop off.
We got all the ingredients and everything in our radius is popping off. As far as like we're like in close radius to like LA, to all the scenes. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like we're basically like where all the people who haven't popped off yet, like where they stay at. You feel me?
Right.
Because
everybody be in the Valley, bro.
Yeah.
Don't sleep. Everybody be in the Valley.
So we got the ingredients, bro. So we just gotta get shit popping at this point. Yeah, bro. So like, I would say like, what would you describe like the Valley's hip hop scene as? Like who do you fuck with from the Valley?
Oh man, I fuck with way too many niggas. Like man, I feel like if I'm gonna start shouting niggas out, but if I miss your name, man, it's all love. I'm high right now, but I mean, I gotta. Shout out my nigga Nick Roland Woods, my branch homies, you know, J730, my nigga Bima M, Vonnie Ocho, and all the Crooks niggas, they know who they are. My nigga Young CA, man, my nigga TSM, Stu Living, y'all know who y'all are. Shit, my nigga. I know, man. It's a lot of niggas. Yeah, I don't see they gonna fight me like, hey, you forget me, nah. Yeah, bro. Y'all know what it is though. But yeah, no. Man, I know too many right now. But the scene really is it's like on the east side you got like kind of more like the West Coast type vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the G-Funk, like new age, like West Coast type shit. It's more like, you know, on the east side. Right. On the west side of the Valley, I feel like you got more like the swaggy, you know, like new age, like the, you know, I don't want to say pop, like trap shit. How about that? Like the trap shit, you know what I'm saying? Like the like more spacey type beats and shit like that.
Feel that.
So it's like 2 different things, but like I said, everybody grown now and everybody kind of blending in and, you know, putting their own little flavor and doing things differently. Yeah. And so right now the sound is just kind of like a mixture between West Coast hip hop and new age, like new age hip hop.
Yeah, what do you think like are those influences? Like, well, what influenced you? You get me? And what do you think were the others influenced to create that kind of scene?
I mean, one of my biggest musical inspirations, if we talking hip hop, is like Drake for sure. Drake. What that man's been able to do in his 8-9 years is just crazy, and his style of music is really what got me. Kid Cudi as well. They're able to make melodies, you know what I'm saying? It's more than just a rap song, because you gotta, at a certain point, you can't just make rap music anymore. You can, but like if you're talking everybody in the world, you want to make music, you know? And that's always been my philosophy, is that I want to make the perfect like product or quality, you know, someone can vibe and move to and be active. I do have songs where I'm, you know, chill and you know, just really spitting and shit. I do, because you got to have that. You got to be versatile. The best are versatile. So that's definitely one of my biggest musical inspirations. And I think Drake definitely has a part to do with like the influence in the Valley. I would say another name, Snoop Dogg. I would throw out, you know, NWA.
Yeah.
You know, again, Kid Cudi. I feel like he's huge. Let me see, A$AP Rocky. You know, yeah. Travis Scott. Just a kind of a mixture of what we hear. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone's doing that right now. It's kind of like where they're from. They hear the sounds and they're like, okay, I like that, and we can kind of do that and blend it. You know, back in the day, everyone had their like specific sound. Like you knew, oh, these cats are from Cleveland. These cats are from New York. Nowadays, everything's blended. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's hearing everything now, because technology has just advanced things.
Yeah. It's like new languages.
You know what I'm saying?
Like new languages.
What if one day you got...
Exactly.
And just a quick question, bro. Would you say that Hopsin was a form or a source of inspiration? You know, like just so we can be transparent with people from the city, you know? Would you say that's one of the reasons you started rapping? Does he influence your music now in any way?
Like just like more background, bro. Like this seems like a random question, because like me and Danny, since we grew up like heavy kind of on Hopsin, because as far as like we always been really obsessive about the Valley and about Panorama. So when we found out that this Hopsin guy, especially because back when we were growing up, he was really bubbling up. So when we found out he was about Panorama, we went crazy, like Hopsin crazy. And so so we're basically like, this is like more of like a personal vendetta mission type of stuff that we're on right now, to really like get more of a better grasp about how people feel about Hopsin.
I first heard Hopsin like when I was like in high school.
Right.
Like at that time, Odd Future had just blown up. Like literally just blown up. And I felt like dude could spit, and dude got mad talent. But when people thought of the San Fernando Valley, like in the rap scene or the music scene, I just didn't feel like he was the dude to be the mascot for us.
Yep.
It was too much of like, it was just too, I don't know, it just wasn't what I wanted, you know what I'm saying? And that's no diss or no knock to him, because that's just personal opinion. But but I always felt like the San Fernando Valley was just a little bit more like swaggier and more artistic, more like more open, and not really trying to be like on some like, you know, demon or like, you know, bugging out, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, there is definitely that in the Valley, but you know.
I hear you. I was just asking, like Andy said, you know, I grew up listening to Hopsin religiously, but it took a certain level of maturity to not think that his music was cringeworthy at first. So I feel you on that, on the representation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, now that we grew up, like we definitely grew out of Hopsin as well. It's just, that's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, no diss to that nigga. I ain't hating on him or nothing. Like, he makes some dude talented, you know, and he came out the Valley, so I respect that. And in that sense, he for sure gave me motivation. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Right. But I just never felt like that was the person to like represent all of us.
No, I feel you, bro. That makes sense to me, bro. Like, I mean, that's probably was the main disconnect that I had with him. That yes, he was from my city, and yes, I'm obsessive about my city, but the music he was making did not sound like my city. You know,
you feel me?
And the image he presented did not look like my city. Like, well, the skater image, I guess, you know, but like, I mean, skaters look the same everywhere. But as far as like the colored eyes and just like the bugging out, like, you know, like I'm
bugging out shit, bro. Like it just like, for me, it was just like, damn, like when you
a bit too gimmicky.
It was, yeah.
I exactly about the eyes, bro.
Mind you, like for me, this was right after Odd Future blew up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was just like, eh.
Yeah, you need that raw after that, basically. I feel you, man. What like are you like a part of any other collectives or anything like that? Or are you writing solo? Or like...
I'm solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I start my own wave, man.
Hey, yeah,
VOAW, Valley on the Way. Valley on the Way. That's me. You feel me? Like, but I also got the Four Prayers Collective, if you will. You know. Four Prayers is really just I don't know, it just stuck. It's just a name that sounded good to me, and it stuck, and I kind of just have embodied it and kind of just ran with it. 4 Prayers and 8, you know what I'm saying? 4 Prayers and 8, but yeah, no, I'm solo. I'm a solo act, solo artist, and I got homies I link up with from time to time, and you know, we make some beautiful music, but I do me.
Hell yeah, man, that's great. That's fucking great. So what's so speaking about beautiful music, like what you got a project coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
July 15th?
July 16th.
July 16th. Keep getting it wrong, my bad. So like what should we expect from this, more or less? What kind of sounds should we expect?
You should expect a more fluid representation of the San Fernando Valley. You know what I'm saying? With this project right here, it's going to be just a mixture of everything that I feel like people like to listen to right now, through all different broads of spectrums of young people. If you're in the EDM scene, you can listen to this. If you're the rap scene, if you're in the skate scene, if you're, you listen to if you're looking for like singing, and R&B, you can listen to this album, this collection of music. So it's just a mixture of everything. I think it's gonna be something people are gonna be surprised with. Yeah. But definitely rock with.
I'm looking forward to it. So it's like a universalness to it.
Exactly. It really does have something that universal. Exactly.
Is it going to be more like a side A, side B like Drake did, or are we?
It's just going to be a mixture of songs. It's going to be like, you're going to get hype. Yeah. You're going to, sit there and chill and smoke a blunt and absorb. You're going to like dance. You're going to chant. You're going to do it all, really. When you hear this project, I've been working. Like, this project I'm really proud of.
That's amazing.
Not saying I'm not proud of my project, hold on, but this one feels really good because I've been working so hard for this one.
No, yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it, man. I mean, it sounds like you're definitely locked in.
Yeah, locked in, all the way in at this point. For sure.
You got a session tomorrow, right?
Yeah, there you go. Working every day.
Locked yes, in, sir. Bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
So bringing it back to what Andy was talking about, like way at the beginning, looking through your Instagram, when he stumbled upon, obviously he hit me up, and I remember going through your page too, bro, and I feel like I really liked, the character. I mean, obviously I like who you are now, you know what I mean? But I really liked your Instagram, what kind of person you were trying to put out there, because it looked like you were willing to talk about all kinds of issues, whatever it was. Because I remember even seeing this video about Triple X. I seen you put up that video today with there's cool white folks, and there's you're open to anything. So
yeah, I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm just me. I kind of always been like this, and it's funny because you ask people who grew up with me, they're like, oh, that's just him. It's kind of like people I'm just meeting now. They're like, who is this guy? Who is this motherfucker? Like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, it's always just been me. I've always just kind of just said what I felt, Now that I'm older, I try to be a little bit more respectful because I realize not everybody thinks the same way. But I've always been me, and I don't know. Like, it's just natural for me. You know what I'm saying?
It's natural. For sure. Well, speaking of natural, bro, you know what's not natural, bro? All this traffic going on in Panorama City, going on in the San Fernando Valley in general, bro. And that's driving me crazy, bro, honestly. And, I don't know if you know this. You probably don't, but I'm a psych major at UCSD. And I know that traffic, bro, it can stress people out. It can kill people, you know what I mean? But what do you think about you in the Valley has, like, impacted your mental health, bro? Like, how do you think the Valley has shaped your mental health? You feel me? Like, how is it different from other people's? Like, you feel me? Like, your mental health.
That's a good question. I think being an African American growing up in the San Fernando Valley definitely made me a little paranoid at times. There would be times when I was growing up, I felt like I had to prove my blackness, like I had to get into the fight. I had to beat the nigga up. I had to, do this, do that. Now that I'm older, I can kind of see what it really was, and like, it don't, shit like that don't faze me no more. It don't really bother me. But I think that definitely does have a play to do, honestly, when you grow up in the Valley and when you grow up on the west side of the Valley, you know what I'm saying? Northridge was pretty influential. Growing up in Northridge was tight because I grew up with everybody, you know what I'm saying? There was Indians, there was Asians, there we got white people, black people, all kinds of people in Northridge, a mixture of everybody. So growing up in Northridge, it was like you see kind of everybody, or at least as a kid, everybody, you see them for who they are, not what they are, when you're a kid and shit. So that was cool, and in a sense. But then as I got older, I started to see reality, and started to see what was really going on out there and how people are treated and people get looked at and stuff like that. So it was a weird like transition phase for me. Like I would say like when I was probably 17, 18, 19, 20, weird transition phase in life for me. And I definitely had a play to do with like how I present myself today, especially when it comes to my music, you know. So
I was gonna say, how do you think that it's impacted your music?
I feel like it's made my music universal, like we were talking about before, to where I can make music for everybody because I know what everybody likes to hear. You know, I kind of know how everybody works. You know, I've been around all kinds of different cultures and stuff like that. Have good friends from different cultures, different backgrounds, kind of see how they do things and how, you know, what they like and what they don't like, you know what I'm saying? So just kind of taking that step back, get to observe shit.
So like, in a sense, like you could use your music to like almost bring people closer together in a sense, or lessen the divide. Like if everyone can just vibe out to your shit, you know, it's like, well, there you go, you know, like it's like an equalizer almost.
Yeah, exactly. If I can bring people together through my music, I mean, I can die a happy man, you know what I'm saying? At least I've done something that was positive in the world, you know, like look at Michael Jackson. I'm pretty sure people have come together, multiple people, millions of people have come together just because they love that man's music, you know what I'm saying? So we just need more millions of people to come together. And but yeah, if I could do that, I think I'd be a happy camper, man.
Yeah, totally, man. Like even nowadays, like with like, let's say like the plight of like your average day rapper these days, or at least your superstar rapper, like they almost reach this certain point where like, at least to the young kids, it's like they're like in this the superhero status, you know? Like, do you feel like nowadays with hip hop's reach, do you feel like the plight of the rapper has changed in a sense where they do have to be that like community leader or like that unifier or like anything similar to that?
It's tricky because there's no real like, oh, you have to do this. And I feel like hip hop is always like, hip hop rappers have always been like the superhero like figures in every generation of hip hop, you know. The ones that are making the music are the ones, you know, everyone's gonna look up to. Right. Unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where like, you know, now our generation is more open about our drug use than other generations were. It's what it is. And so a lot of people, a lot of young kids latch on to that, you know. Do they have to do it? No. To be honest with you, it's not the rapper's, you know, obligation to make sure that the kids are influenced the right way. You know, it really should be the parents and the people around the 100%. Kid. But you can't also deny the fact that like, hey, this kid is listening to you all the time, watches you on Instagram, you know, looks at what you do, like he looks at you like you're a role model. So I would just say be mindful to that, you know, because I mean, you know, we most of us, not all of us, but most of us, a lot of us, we do talk about drugs in our music, you know, because our music's just a reflection of our lives. Right. And I would just say, you know, be mindful of everything you listen to, and you can appreciate somebody without having to be like them.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like how you said, I can see how like the artist making sort of like the soundtrack to that kind of lifestyle could influence the youth, but at the same time, like how you said, it's up to the parents, and it's really up to the youth himself or herself, you know, like make your own decisions, you know. Like not everybody was doing dumb shit back then. Like
exactly,
just, you know
what I'm saying?
Just because a rapper is like making music that makes it sound cool doesn't mean you got to.
You know, and that's not just for rap. I feel like that's for any genre of music. You know, if you're an artist, try to do your best to spread positivity. You know, right. Is how I see it.
Yeah, that's it's it's art. You know, that's what it should be doing.
Exactly.
100%, man.
Let me steer you into a whole nother gear here, bro. Honestly. Yep. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. So, all right. We're obviously from LA, right? Whatever, generally, right? And here in LA, we have a lot of tension with LAPD. You know, obviously, we've always have. You know, but what I'm trying to say is, we live in an area where yes, LAPD is harassing black people, but they don't kill them as often as they would, like, you know, in these eastern, southern, you know, places. You get me? How, like, I'm a strong proponent of the BLM movement. You feel me? Like, how is it for you? You get me? Like, as a black man in LA, like, you know what I mean? Seeing, because I don't want to say you're seeing the outside of it, but you get me? But how is it for you? Like, how has it impacted you? You get me? Like, how does it influence your music? music.
The movement or the police?
And the movement. Well, I'm sorry. Like, how has the movement, the police, everything, all of it in general, how has it impacted you, bro?
Fuck the cops.
I feel
first
you,
and
bro.
foremost.
You know, I wanted to be because I wanted to be a cop until the BLM movement, bro. Honestly, after that, I said never.
Those motherfuckers are so dirty and corrupt. It's kind of sad. Like, I know there's some good ones out there, but it's just too many bad apples for you to pay attention to the good apples. But fuck the police, because they know they grimy, and the movement itself. I feel like it was cool. But then I feel like it became trendy, and that was the problem with me. Like, okay, now everyone's BLM, like, and it's like, it's cool, you know. Like, I feel like right now more than ever, they really gunning us down. They're really killing us, you know. They've always been doing this. If we getting honest with you, this shit ain't new. Like, it's just now we got phones, we got word of mouth, we got quicker ways to spread word and message than before. But they've been doing this shit for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? Even with slavery, after like the 100 years after slavery, shit's been fucked. And now, you know, you just see it more, and you're just like, now we're like more traumatized to it. But this shit's been going on, man. And it's sad, honestly. It's real sad. When you think about it, the fact that people are getting killed, not even beat up, not even spit on, you know, not made killed, you know, like for the color of their skin. It's disturbing.
Better yet, let me put it another way. Would you say that society's oppression, is it like a break or a force that pushes you to live out your dreams? You get me? Like, how has it impact your dreams? You get me? Because for me, I feel like being brown, you know, and I've said this in other podcasts, you know, I experienced a lot of racism in San Diego. You feel me? Mm. And at first, it really was a break. Like, I was like, I'm not even gonna try to live out my dreams because I'm brown. But then I turned that into, like, you know, into my drive instead. And so I'm saying, how has it impacted you,
bro? You should always go for your dreams, bro. Like, because there'll be motherfuckers out here that they're like, the only thing they're gonna do in life is crush people's dreams. Yeah. Straight the fuck up. Always go for your dreams, bro. Fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but fuck everybody else, dog. Like, just do you. Do what you feel is right. And that's what I would tell everybody, the kids, adults. I don't care if you're 75. Like, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Until you have no more breath. For me, I think it just, like, I'm in the front seat, keys in the ignition and hitting the gas, you know? Like, I realized that this is what I need to do. Like, this is what I feel like I'm really good at, and I have a talent, and I'm going to just keep on going until I can't go no more. I would say that, I would say that it didn't break. It didn't really, I don't know. I wasn't oppressed. Is that your original question, right?
Yeah, well, kind of like, you know, how has like, you know, all those negative energy from the world impacted your music? You know?
I've tried to make positive music because of that.
For sure.
Yeah, I try to just make things that I feel like people can have a good time to, you know. I also feel like I needed to personally go and do this for myself, you know, that the 9-to-5 life isn't for me, you know. The corporate world is just not, I've done it, it's just not for me. And right now is the perfect time for me to, you know, go chase my dreams.
And speaking of those dreams, bro, you know, just like you, I'm a motivational speaker, bro. Like, can you speak to that? Like, I'm like genuinely interested. You know, what do you do? Like,
so
let me know.
So, I mean, basically for, like, when I was a kid, bro, like, I was the friend that gave the good advice. Like, people just naturally came up to me and would just ask me for advice and ask me for my opinion and whatever. When I was, like, in high school, I'd be on Facebook and I'd just be making posts and I'd always just say some real ass shit. And, you know, people would really fuck with me, you know. I kind of just started translating that into what you guys see, like, on my Instagram and stuff today, you know. I just say how I feel, and I feel like there's things that need to be said that people are afraid to say, and I'm not afraid to say them, or, you know, I'm not afraid of the consequences of saying them or whatever, because I feel like in my heart they need to be said, and people can really value and you know, and soak something in. You know, they're all mostly opinions, you know, everything I talk about usually just opinions, but I like to like to feel like there's some truth in them. You know what I'm saying? And I would just, and I know you're doing your motivational speaking. Excuse me. I would just say, just stay you. Honestly, stay true to who you are. Like, if you feel like you need to tell the world something, go ahead and tell them, because there's, you know, gonna be a couple hundred other people looking at you like, oh shit, I needed to hear that, or like, man, I was just thinking the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, always just keep on talking, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And bro, so let me ask you something. Like, how do you balance both? And why do you think that's important to do both? Like, why do you think it's important to do the speaking and to do the rapping? Why not just do one or the other? Like, you know, why is that important?
It creates the perfect balance. It creates the perfect balance. You get the music, and then you get the personality. Who is this person? You know what I'm saying? Who is he really? Oh, his music's pretty good. Who? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's talking some. Okay, I see what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it works out like that. You know, it's just me. You get me. You know what I'm saying? You get the entertainment, but you also get the personal. For now, at least. Yeah.
Would you say that that's one of like the more important things for like artists these days, or just creatives, or anybody
it's
really
huge.
out here trying to
it's
make
huge
like
for creatives.
Multi-platformism.
It's huge for creatives right now, because if you're on platforms like Instagram and Twitter, your personality is everything. You know how you are, what they see, is everything.
Right.
So if you're just yourself, you know, you can really go far, more than someone who's artificially created, because when you're yourself, you get people who are natural that will gravitate towards you more. If you like are too fake with your shit, in my opinion, if you're too fake with your shit, you're gonna gravitate motherfuckers who are too fake with their shit. If you're big flexing, they're gonna fuck with people who just big flex. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just better to just be you and naturally let things happen.
No, definitely. Like, you get what you give. You know
what I'm saying?
You get straight up. Yeah. So again, to bring it back into hip hop just a little bit, bro. What are you like? Because you were speaking on unity and unifying through music. What's your opinion on rap beef? Because we followed the Kanye West, Drake, Pusha T, Debacle. We followed that kind of closely here on the podcast. So as a rapper yourself, how do you feel about all the mess that got created from that?
It's just funny. It's because, man, it's funny because like these dudes like take pride in like, you know, being nonchalant and being too cool for the beef and and they be getting caught up right in it, you know. How could you not when you're a man and your pride is on the line, right? I just feel like those cats just, it didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense really, because all these cats got like 30, 40, 50 songs together. Yeah, they just never dropped them. They be in the studio day and night working with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Drake said he just left him over there putting pen to the sheets. Come on.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, so it's just like the beef was petty. I felt like Pusha T didn't really win. He just exposed Drake. And that's like, I don't feel like he had a better like diss. You know what I'm saying? Like his bars were better. I don't think so. He just exposed Drake, and we got caught on that part. The Drake got a baby. We got caught up on that part, and that's what happened. I thought it was kind of corny of Drake. That's my guy, but I thought it was kind of corny not to respond. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about like free smoke and shit like that, like, come on, dog. Like, I was, as a fan, I was disappointed, because I was like, bro, like, I wanted you to kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear the Drake like, because we never heard when Drake was backed into a corner. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what we said on the podcast.
We never heard when Drake was backed into a corner. I wanted that Drake. Like, I wanted to see like, what is this nigga going to do? Because and he didn't. So I was kind of disappointed. And then to be like, oh, well, I had some shit. I was like, nah, come on, man. You my guy, but come on, man.
That Jay Prince stuff, like that.
So Jay Prince is like a real like.
That's what pissed me off.
See, the thing is like, you gotta respect Jay Prince's pimping. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a real OG. Like, he make a call. You want to talk about mob ties? You know what I'm saying? He make a call. Shit. You gotta respect Jay Prince. So like, for him to tell, if he, you know, he said it. He said, I told Drake. All right, bet. All right, it's dead. You feel me? I respect it. It's dead, you know? But damn, at that point, I wanted it to be dead. I didn't want no one to come back with I had this shit. Like, nah, bro.
I didn't want no sneak disses, nothing.
You know what I'm saying? After that, I was like, all right, it's dead. Like, just move on. Like,
how do you feel about the sneak disses all over Scorpion, whatever it's called?
It's just Drake being Drake. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people have been coming for this man though. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really. If you think about it, I can't remember one time when Drake came for somebody. It's always been somebody coming for Drake. You know what I'm saying?
He's been rapping about it too, about like that the powers that be out to like end his run.
Yeah,
or whatever,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like. Niggas hate on him because look, man, he's just the best to do it when it comes to being able to rap and be melodic. He's just the best to do it.
Yeah,
I haven't heard an artist who can both rap and be melodic to that level. Kanye was doing it with the auto-tune, but Drake uses a little bit less auto-tune, and that's what was more appealing to people.
A bit more artistic.
But people have been coming at this man since like 2014, bro, 2015. Like, it's ridiculous. And at this point, like, I can't even be mad at him. Like, if he's throwing out sneak disses, I mean, he's clearly like, I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's not happy, you know? And that too, like, I think people don't realize that, like, this man, like, where he's at in his life right now, like, his music's not going to, like, be this happy, da-da-da, what people want. Right. It's going to be exactly how he's feeling, just as, you know, music should be. And, you know, he's been attacked so many times. I mean, what would you do if they just keep coming for you? You know, like all you could do is throw sneaks and shit like that, and just, you know, let that anger and that steam off. So I can't blame Drake at all.
I feel that, especially since Drake's a lot of his stuff is like in house. You know, he doesn't really need nobody to produce what made him
shout
so
out
big.
40
For real. Pusha T shout out 42. But yeah, man. I forgot where I was going with this. Danny, take it away.
No, bro, I think we're all set. I mean, unless you wanted to give our audience something else, bro, some advice, a life story, anything. I know your album's coming up. You wanted to speak to that, so we can go ahead and wrap this up. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah. So it's Ham The Aviator. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. From the A18, Grade 18, Valley on the Wave.
Yep.
You can find my music on all the platforms, really, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, etc., under Ham The Aviator. I'm on Instagram at Hennessy Ham. I'm on Twitter. I got 2 Twitters. I'm trying to make a new one, so I want y'all to follow my new one. It's Hennessy Ham. The Hennessy has 2 Y's.
All right. We'll link that at the description.
Okay, cool. Shit. I would just tell y'all, like, I like what y'all doing, and just to stay focused right now. And that's what I would just tell everybody, really. I see a lot of people doing things out there. See a lot of people making moves. Just make sure y'all stay focused and make sure y'all know what y'all really want in life, you know. Like, the flex thing and having the money and shit is cool and all, but, like, search for your deeper meaning and your deeper purpose and search for something that's greater than that, because when all that shit runs out, or when you have too much of it that you get bored of it, you have a true sense of self for your life, you know. Mm-hmm. That's why, unfortunately, you know, I don't know if you guys heard about those like famous people that just recently committed suicide. You know, like it's not about the money at a certain point. You know, it's about something deeper.
Bro, crazy. We covered that in the podcast too.
Oh, so y'all some smart motherfuckers, man.
Now, I mean, well, thanks for the kind words, bro. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the energy you putting out, man. And again, we're super fucking grateful to have you here, bro. And I really fuck with you. I fuck with everything you're about. I fuck with your music and nothing but I'm hoping, but nothing. You're gonna make me tear up, bro. I'm hoping nothing but success for you, bro.
Oh, my Ocho, appreciate you, man.
Sure, bro.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bro, just shout out to you, bro. Like Andy said, bro, we fuck with you, bro. And if there's anything we can do for you, bro, it's like not even gonna be half as much as what you did for us today, bro. Honestly,
I don't even trip, my
for you today, bro.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
I'm at your service, bro.
Hey, man, look, man, the blacks and Latinos, man, let me tell y'all, man. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but hey, fellas, as soon as we realize, like, we got a lot more things in common than we do things that are different, I think, like, both communities are going to start thriving. Once we start really, like, getting down for each other, and not even on some superficial shit, but on some like love shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on some like, you're human, I'm human. We got these similarities. We both, you know, of color, melanin in our skin. You know, I think both communities will thrive. So I'll just say that. And love.
Hell yeah. Love.
It's your boy Daniel G. Hope.
It's Andy.
Ham The Aviator.
And that was the Ham The Aviator interview. Hope you guys learned something.
get it all, fuck what they say. I'm a Valley nigga, boy, I don't play. Valley nigga, I don't play. I'm a Valley nigga, I don't play. In the city of the 818, I'ma crash the Benz, pull up and raid. Going 80 down Sherman Way. Valley nigga, boy, I don't play. I'ma get it all, fuck what they say. I'm a Valley nigga, boy, I don't play. Valley nigga, I don't play. I'm a Valley nigga, I don't play.